new big predictions for Monday. Also, new buying areas. I'm looking out for a lot of bigger names, as in Nvidia, Tesla. We're going to go over a lot of bigger names, Mag 7s. We're also going to be going over gold and silvers to see those bigger potentials. I will throw in some health sides, as in like Eli Lilly, some of the banks as well, the bigger banks, JPM, Bank of America, maybe Morgan Stanley. And we'll try to keep the video right around 10 minutes. A lot of potentials for this week. Now, it will be Thanksgiving this week, so Thursday the market will be closed, and then Friday's a half day. So I really don't like to trade Friday half day, so we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a holiday week, so take it slow. Don't blow your accounts this week. Really be structured in how you do this week, okay? But yeah, let's go to it. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start off with SMCI. So SMCI did have more pull downs. Okay, we have a bigger resistance right around 35.35. That's the bigger resistance I want SMCI to break. We do have a support down here around $30.10 as well, but the bigger play I believe on SMCI is for it to hold support first, bigger push off, break resistance, and then once it does that, then I'm looking for like upside plays, calls, potential shares. This will all be in the Discord as well. Black Friday sale is live. First link in that description. You'll get to see all of our plays. Like Friday, we did like 23% on Nvidia literally within 10 minutes, and the day was over with. The day before that, we did 16% on Tesla. The day before that, we did 32% on Google, over 60% gains, and then I think that was on November 18th. We did like 7 plays that day. All this would just be break even, crazy. And then you can just see the plays that we do every single day, green every week. Make sure you guys take advantage of that Black Friday sale. It does end Wednesday, okay? So first in the description, make sure you join Discord. Very powerful. Really start to learn how these markets work, okay? Don't just be in here just fugazing. But yeah, that's what I see on SMCI for like a bigger play. And then we do have now we have Nvidia. Nvidia had earnings. They had a very big drop after the earnings. That was pretty much the down movement that I was expecting from Nvidia, just not enough down movement. So I'm still waiting for Nvidia to come down, the 160s, 150s. That's why I want to start buying more longer term shares. But until then, really everything is just shorter term. So you still have a support right around 178.40, and then I'm gonna put the secondary support on here right around like 171.40, and then we have a smaller resistance. I'll put it around 186.70. So this week, it might not be that much to do on Nvidia unless we kind of trend lower. If we do trend lower, I'm gonna pretty much just focus on puts first to break that support and go low in the 160s. Other than that, if we go up, there's really nothing on the upside that I would like to do unless we break resistance and we break above like 192s, then maybe I'll start looking for calls. But it's really in a weird range. You want to see how we move on Monday and Tuesday from Nvidia to get a little more directional out of here. Very little. We've been in this like 180 range for like a while, kind of. So we'll watch out for that. AMD has nothing much that I would do on AMD. It did go below $200 as we were expecting. Remember I told y'all on Thursday, I was looking for puts on AMD to go down, and it literally did that. It came down below 200. That was about it. There's really nothing else to do on AMD right now. Maybe if it breaks some shorter term resistance areas around like 206.90, 207, I might play a reversal, smaller reversal on calls. But other than that, I'm not looking to buy any bigger shares or anything like that. We did take some profits off our AMD long term also, but no real bigger plays in AMD. Kind of where we are now. TSM, AVGO are still pretty high. They have the same levels for now. So there's nothing I would do on TSM or even like AVGO. If you look at it, they're kind of just haven't really moved in like a month. So for those, I'm kind of chilling. I have long-term shares up over 100%. So we're just kind of letting those rock out for now. Qualcomm, another technology support bounced off of it Thursday and Friday. So very good support. A1 levels always. That's why you never miss a video. So same support on Qualcomm and also same resistance, but I did want to add like a smaller resistance on here around 165.40, that if we start to break that smaller resistance, we might get a little shorter term push, maybe up to like the 170. So you can watch out for that on Qualcomm. Let's go over Cloudflare. This is one I am looking to start buying soon. I want it to come down to the 160s, 150s though. I think that would be a very good buy longer term. So that's one thing I'm waiting out for. And then support wise, I want to change support to about the 181.80s. We'll put that as our support to look out for. Then also a new resistance on Cloudflare about 192.30. But I don't really see any bigger like option plays in here. I would just kind of more focus on the downside. So every time it kind of has like a smaller retracement like this, I would try to focus more on puts to continue the downside unless we start breaking smaller resistance levels. So that will be like kind of the little key that I'll be watching out for. Oracle is something that we have started to buy. It also has broken down below a 200 level that I want to look to get out more long-term shares. So Oracle is pretty decent. They made a high at 345. They're down about 42% from those all-time highs. So Oracle is something we've already started buying. That's why I say make sure you join Discord, but it's also something I'm looking to buy more, right? You look at their long-term views, all they really do is go up, but they did get very vertical. So Oracle is stock that drops 30-40% on the lows. If you look at the high here, it dropped over 43% there. If you look at the high here, it dropped over close to 40% there as well, and it always recovered. So nothing says it's going to recover now, but it is getting decent areas. So this week I'll probably be buying some more Oracle. They do have earnings though on December 15th, so be mindful of that in a couple weeks. But yeah, buying some more Oracle. Also had an alert right here. So the only thing I'm doing on Oracle is just buying long-term shares. I'm not really playing options on Oracle right now. They do have a bigger support, but it's too far from price. I mean, I could just go put it right now anyway. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend as well. We have a support around 176.60. And then for the resistance is around 222.40. So those are your kind of areas, but we're kind of in between that bigger area. So for now, I'm just looking for bigger calls, but you get to see all that in the Discord. And then let's go over trade desk is still kind of dropping, still waiting for trade desk to make bigger moves. Also real quick, there's a lot of stocks we're looking to buy heavy. I'm gonna go over them quick, but we'll go over this more in the Discord. Wingstop, you got to start looking at Wingstop. This will be a good long-term play, bigger play, long outdated call options, 100% gains. Whirlpool, also bigger gains on this because we play Whirlpool calls here. We play Whirlpool calls here and we sold them all the way up here. Whirlpool did like over 300%. So we're looking for that bigger reversal. Again, you want to start looking at like SWK. We're going to look at this one for a bigger reversal, even like Pool, looking for Pool for bigger reversals. I'll probably buy some more Pool pretty soon. STZs, bigger reversal, looking for more buying Nikes and Disney's. Some stocks I don't talk about a lot, but we are watching them. Just Disney might start to fall to the 90s, but I think Disney's going to be a good buy longer term. You also want to start watching Home Depot. Home Depot is going to be a good buy longer term as well. So a lot of stocks are watching as the market drops. What are bigger potentials that we're going to do in the Discord? I just don't really talk about in the video because the video, one, it will be too long, and two, I like to save stuff for the Discord. But a lot of big potentials we're looking at. And then let's go over Tesla. So Tesla support the same 384.05 resistance level. I'm gonna actually change it to about 404.55. We bounced off that support level perfect on Friday. This A1 level as always, why you never miss a video. Look at that beautiful support hit. Shoot, right up. Friday really did not do much. We got our profit and we were done. Done. So like I said, you get to see us trade every morning, but build the independence. Really learn how the markets work, how to find those good plays, how to see those every week, start being consistent, and take it serious than just in here lollygagging, okay? But yeah, same levels on Tesla. No real big anything on Tesla. I'll probably just try to focus on puts on Monday and looking for it to break that support and maybe even come down below like the 380s somewhere like in this area. So looking for downside on Monday on Tesla. Let's go to Apple. Apple, same levels. Apple has not moved in like 2-3 weeks. So same resistance, same support. Nothing real big in here on Apple. Maybe Apple wants to go back to all-time highs this week. We'll kind of see. If it does, I'll be looking for calls. And then Meta had some bigger drops. We started buying Meta long-term. It did bounce off the support like 3 days in a row at 582.40. You can see how it bounced off the support multiple times. Look at that. Bouncing, bounce off that. Always bounce off the support. So very strong support. It also bounced off resistance here and fell down. So right now, Meta is a very stalled range. So resistance 605.75, support 582.40, and those are about the levels on Meta. The only thing big I'm looking out for is more long-term shares, and I'm looking for some more shares around 560. Meta's down over 20-something% from its highs, so that's the bigger play on Meta. Option-wise, more like scalping until we break any significant areas. And then Microsoft as well is dropping. Going to start buying some Microsoft soon, but I want it to come down a little bit lower. If you look at Meta came down back to pricing of May of 2025, and we were buying a lot of stocks heavy, but Microsoft is not really down to those levels. That will be around the low 440s, 430s. Right now we're around the 472s, but Microsoft is going to be a good buy. That's brewing pretty soon. It is down over about 15%. I really want it down to around 20%, which takes us right around that 440 of a bigger long-term buy for me. So that's what I'm looking out for. On Microsoft first, support is still around 471.35. And yeah, that's about it on the Microsoft front. Nothing crazy. I'm probably just focused more on downside. Microsoft and Meta are the ones that have turned bearish before the market has turned bearish. So they're heavier on the downward side. And then if we go to Google McDougal, we've been scalping Google. We want to see support resistance levels are the same. We just want to see if Google wants to go back to all-time highs on Monday. That'll be a potential. I might look for calls. That's like the only potential play I see on Google. So whenever we look at plays every morning in the Discord that the market is open and that I trade, we look out for high potential plays. We're not looking at 100 stocks. We narrow it down to 3, 4, 5 stocks that we want to play. And then we look to see if those stocks are actually giving us an entry to specific targets, because we like to aim for targets. It gives us good areas to enter. It lets us know where to take profit. Very structured. So Google could be one of those plays. That's the only play I see like shorter term, at least for now. Amazon, love Amazon long term. I just needed to drop some more. I actually want the market to start dropping. May prices were around the 204s, 200s. I need Amazon back below 200. It's not that far, and that's when I'm gonna start buying more Amazon long term. I'm gonna actually move support on Amazon around 213.70. Resistance level, I'm gonna actually take off. There is no clean resistance level just yet. And yeah, that's about it on Amazon. I know Netflix had a split as well. So we're gonna update levels on Netflix. Maybe a small support, 102.35. Nothing crazy on Netflix. And then resistance around 112.30. But I would just say looking for more downside. Nothing really crazy on that one. Palantir, it's dropping. Not ready to buy Palantir just yet. Support is still around 155.65. Resistance still around 170.65. So we'll leave that there for now. I do want Palantir to come down to the 120s. That's why I want to start potentially getting some long-term Palantir shares. But for now, I'm going to just assume Palantir wants to kind of go down. So maybe focused more on puts right now, unless we break a resistance. Then I'll go back to the higher side, right? Because SP 500 really hasn't turned bearish as shit, I don't believe. We're going to check it. And then SoFi. But yeah, the biggest thing on Palantir is I just want to get some shares, but I wanted to drop more. 23.80 support on SoFi, resistance level 26.60. Yeah, nothing really big on SoFi right now. We need more droppage. S&P 500 support areas are the same, resistance level is the same. We did break critical areas, so the S&P 500 is starting to finally turn bearish. We've been waiting on this for a minute, okay? Let's go over some health sides. HIMS, same support. Yeah, nothing really has changed on HIMS. Same support, same resistance, no real bigger anything right now. Hasn't really broken any shorter term resistance areas, which will be all the way down here around 36.15. So we haven't broken those yet. Eli Lilly still showing strength. No real movements off Eli Lilly. We had a little drawdown here, but it came right back up. Eli Lilly is booming. So for now, I'm just letting Eli Lilly kind of run until we have a bigger pull down, which whenever that is, I'll kind of just be patient with it. UNH support. We're going to add a UNH support right around 311.55. I do want to buy some more long-term shares of UNH. It's still at a good area, so I might do that sometime this week or maybe December, first week of December. But yeah, we're looking to buy some more UNH. I do want there's a lot of stocks that I want like bigger reversals on because they're down a lot, like stocks like UNH to come all the way back up here to the 500. So those are going to be a lot of bigger, heavier, leap outdated, like 2-year outdated call options. Not yet, but they're going to be brewing pretty soon, okay? We just need to see how far the market wants to start dropping. I hope the market starts dropping, and then how we recover off those drops. And then the banks, JPM, same support areas. I am watching the banks pretty closely. I want to do some bank plays to see if we get some pull downs like this on the put side. I want to see that. And then also Bank of America, I'm still waiting for it to break that high that hasn't broken since 2006. Same levels on Bank of America, but I'm watching it. I'm watching JPM, watching Bank of America. I think some plays could be brewing. Gold, same levels on gold, waiting on gold. Once it breaks resistance, looking for some call options. 383 is the resistance level on gold for now. Support's the same. And then, because the last time we played gold, we played swings right here, and they went all the way up to like 70% gain. So I'm in no rush to play it again when we already took profit and played it. And right now, gold hasn't moved all week. Like it's been in the same like 375 range. So you just want to be careful. Silver actually broke the support, right? So what might look like it was ready to go up it never broke a resistance. So if price is never breaking a resistance, that means price is not confirming that it wants to go up. It's just slowly moving, and it came right back down. So we have to be careful trying to get calls of silver in that area. Support around 43.95, resistance 47.80. Still looking for that resistance level to break for me to want to buy calls, okay? And then Bitcoin, we did start to buy some Bitcoin on Friday. I think Bitcoin is down a decent amount. If you enjoy, well, not enjoy, but if you believe in Bitcoin long term, it dropped all the way down 35%. So I think Bitcoin can get up in the 150s. When? I don't know, but I'm investing for that. So that would be around 76% gain. So there's still very big gains to be made on Bitcoin. Don't miss out on this. People are scared when Bitcoin goes down, but once Bitcoin starts running, they wish they would have bought more. So you just have to understand Bitcoin moves in cycles. And right now that cycle is kind of trending down. Support 84,900, resistance level, smaller resistance level 92,600. Those are your current areas on the Bitcoin, buying long term. Other than that, not doing anything shorter term with Bitcoin, just buying long term for it to go up over time, right? But this is the bigger pull downs we've been waiting on Bitcoin to have. And Ethereum as well is probably going to be some decent buying. I would say your bigger support is all the way down here around 2550, and then resistance area around 3070. So those are the areas I'm looking out for Ethereum right now. Probably buy some Ethereum as well. If you look at the high, it's down like 40 something percent from its highs. Long term of movements, it does kind of recover. I just like the Bitcoin chart a little bit more than Ethereum chart, but I might start getting some Ethereum too. But we started buying Bitcoin already. And then Hood, Coinbase, and those, I'll put those in the next videos. The video's already like 17 minutes. I didn't want it this long. But yeah, I can go on and on. A1 levels always. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Join the team. First in the description. Black Friday sale ends on Wednesday. Take advantage of it. And always remember, no recommendation of ours. So anything just for educational purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. Catch you guys on the next one.